The retired veteran only wanted to go into town to eat a bowl of dumplings, but he didn't expect to be stopped by the town's sheriff. Seeing his disheveled appearance, the sheriff assumed he was just a troublemaking drifter. He forcibly drove him out of town and warned him not to set foot in the town again, or he would be thrown in jail. Already in a bad mood, Rambo didn't take the sheriff's words seriously and turned back toward the town, as it was also the way home. But this act infuriated the sheriff in the car. He immediately turned the vehicle around and chased after him, again commanding Rambo to leave in a stern voice.
Under arrest. You hear me? Now put your hands on the car.
But Rambo ignored his shouting. Frustrated, the sheriff drew his gun to threaten him into submitting to an investigation.
You do it. You decide right now.
Rambo was annoyed, but he didn't want trouble, so he placed his hands on the car roof. The sheriff searched him and found an M9 combat knife. This made him suspect that the man might be a criminal, so he decided to take him to the station for questioning. For Rambo, the knife was a symbol of his combat honor, but in the sheriff's eyes, it became evidence of a crime. Soon, Rambo was taken to the interrogation room. Facing questions from the deputy sheriff, Rambo fell into thought. He remained silent, staring at the window in front of him. That window suddenly reminded him of the inhumane torture he endured in the Vietnam POW camp. A police officer wanted to check his ID badge.
Hey, you got 3 seconds before I break your face.
Rambo didn't want to fight them, so he watched the officer take his ID. The deputy then learned that he was a Vietnam War veteran, but he didn't take Rambo seriously. In the end, Rambo was sentenced to 90 days of detention and a $250 fine. When Rambo took off his shirt, revealing scars all over his body, a young officer said it needed to be reported to higher-ups, but the deputy sheriff didn't care at all.
Golf! What the fuck was that?
Then they roughly sprayed Rambo with a high-pressure water hose, mocking him the entire time. When they brought out razors to shave his head, the sharp tools instantly reminded Rambo of the painful experiences in the POW camp. At that moment, his mind could no longer distinguish past from present. It felt as if he was back on that terrifying battlefield. His intense survival instinct refused to allow him to submit. Hearing the commotion, the sheriff came over to help, only to be kicked down by Rambo. By now, Rambo had awakened the instincts of a warrior and easily took down all the officers. Rambo retrieved his combat knife and quickly ran out of the station. To completely shake off the police pursuit, he hijacked a motorcycle, a choice that demonstrated the field adaptability of a special forces soldier. The motorcycle was small and agile, perfect for navigating complex terrain. Soon, the sheriff chased after him in his car. What followed was a high-speed pursuit. Within minutes, they reached the outskirts of the town. Rambo deliberately rode the motorcycle into a small forest, hoping to lose the sheriff in the tricky terrain. But the sheriff, familiar with the town, quickly caught up like a shadow. He clearly underestimated the advantages of the motorcycle. On a narrow path, the sheriff's car flipped over completely. Rambo wanted to keep moving, but the road ahead ended. He decisively abandoned the motorcycle and ran on foot into the woods, with the sheriff still shouting behind him.
You've gone as far as you're gonna go!
Little did the sheriff know, he had provoked someone even more dangerous than John Wick.